My name's Serena Unrein, and I'm on the board of the Southwest Fair Housing Council, and I also work for the Arizona Partnership for Healthy Communities.
So thank you so much, Serena. And how did you get involved with fair housing?
Well, I got involved with fair housing really through the Southwest Fair Housing Council. I've been on the board since early 2020, but housing has been such an important part of the work that I do at the Arizona Partnership for Healthy Communities because housing is really foundational to someone's health. If you don't have somewhere that's safe, stable, and affordable to live, it's basically impossible to be healthy. So a home is really at the core of our healthy lives. And certainly thinking about fair housing and someone's ability to access housing is also a really important part of health. So it's really been important to the work that we do at the Partnership for Healthy Communities. And it's just such an important part of thinking about overall health and well being.
Awesome, thank you. And working within Southwest Fair Housing Council, what has been the most shocking thing that you've learned um, about housing discrimination through the Fair Housing Act?
One of the most shocking things about fair housing is really just the extent to which discrimination still occurs in housing. So some of the things that I've learned about are just the number of instances where there's discrimination either when people are applying for housing or asking for reasonable accommodations with housing. Some of the things that have come up that Southwest Fair Housing Council has provided education around, or in some cases, taken people to court over. I think about how difficult it is sometimes for people with disabilities to get reasonable accommodations, whether that is a support animal or accommodations such as providing a different doorbell if someone happens to have different hearing or lack hearing abilities. So I think that there's just still so much discrimination that happens and needs to really be rectified. And there needs to be a lot more education and advocacy and if necessary, correction for some of those things that are happening. But then also, I think that just thinking about how there's this ongoing need for affirmatively furthering fair housing, and that's really happening because the Fair Housing Act came about because of these historical racist housing policies like redlining or steering, where people weren't allowed to get loans in certain parts of town, or where real estate agents said, oh, you can't live in that particular part of town. But now we still see ongoing housing segregation or a lack of opportunity, access to opportunity. So we really need to take the Fair Housing Act a step further and further the work that has really been laid in that piece of legislation.
Yeah, yeah, we really do. Um, and you know, within that, what are ways people can promote just a healthier and more equitable community?
Well, I think the most important thing is to really think about that not everyone has equitable access to opportunity. And how can we make sure that everyone in Arizona has access to whether it's housing or places to be active and have recreation or have access to healthy, affordable food. There are all of these barriers to being healthy and well, and they present differently in different communities. So we don't all have the same kind of community design. We don't all have the same kind of amenities in our neighborhoods. So I really think that we all have a role to play in advocating to our government, in making sure that our neighborhoods are designed in a way that really allows for health and well-being, that we can support the development of affordable housing in all parts of our communities. We all have a role to play in making sure that our communities in Arizona can be healthy and equitable.
Yeah, that's a really great point. Is there somewhere people can go to advocate or something that they can do to start that process?
Well, of course, I would encourage people to be involved with Southwest Fair Housing Council, sign up for our newsletters, make sure that you're following us on social media because the Southwest Fair Housing Council is a great source of information. If you're interested in learning more about healthy communities, you can reach out to the Arizona Partnership for Healthy Communities at Arizona, spelled out arizonahealthycommunities.org. And we'll happily connect you to more information and opportunities to get involved.